Hopefully it works alright. Hope you hear me. If not, please mention and make a comment. Hope you had a good day today. It's one of those wonderful Wednesdays where everybody's very busy, so I'm not sure how many people are coming, but Wednesdays people are quite busy. So I've certainly invited followers, people who actually order. Hopefully they've got the time. It's really about the products, Greatproductsvivamknetwork. What you buy, where it comes from, who is behind it. How we operate, of course, in the UK and Ireland. Seems to be working alright, just a funny message. Another 6-8 minutes and we can start. Meanwhile, have a look at the images. So our headquarters, Michael Katka was presenting about last year, mid last year, end last year, a little video. He's our managing director. He's been in the business for a very long time, and we know him for, I think, is probably going back 18-20 years. So the new studio works very differently. We can't really do a flash sale or anything like in the past. We have gifts, yes, but we can't really do very much like giveaways. Might want to grab a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, because sometimes it goes up to an hour, sometimes half an hour. It really depends how many people join and ask, and so it might be worth having a cup of tea. seem to have chosen a good time, people joining. It's wonderful on a Wednesday night. I've been really waiting for the headquarters to get some data, and which I need, so that came in today, so it's all ready to go today. Join from your posts, lovely, early. My friends here, followers. It's really nice tonight. Grab a cup of tea just in case. It's very dry, I don't know, it was freezing cold last night. And sort of turned a bit warmer, but it's really dry outside without the rain, so don't get hydrated. Dehydrated really. Get hydrated. Yeah, we're pretty much ready really, so I think people will just join the next half an hour really. So I think we're ready to start. Right. Greatproductsvivamknetwork is a partner of VivamK, which is really VivamKnetwork. We just go with VivamK everywhere really. And what does a partner do of VivamK? The partner is really in charge of distributing all the products. So there's selling, marketing, promotions, customers, orders, and VivamK is dispatching really. So VivamK is sourcing all the products, which means if you source products like ours, like beauty and other things, like pet accessories, you have to go through with every product a lengthy period of assessment, testing, all the certificates. So this is something what VivamK does to make sure they're all approved, they're safe, they comply. That's really what Viva does. But Viva also processes orders, and Viva does ship. So depending on the options, depending how you operate, it could be that Viva is doing all the orders, all the shipment, everything. If you work on e-commerce platforms, you send the orders to VivamK, so you do the orders then. If you work directly with VivamK, you don't even have to place the orders. People go to the shop, like it says online shop, which every partner has, and they can directly order from the online shop. Prices are very good, and actually for the partner there's very little much to do. Different when you have your websites, when you have your e-platforms, other things. Of course you will be ordering for the customers and looking after the customers. But also what we do with Viva, we retail. We're going back to Clean Easy, and Clean Easy was operating from the 19th century till 2018. And Michael Katka, our managing director, was really the development manager. So we're going back to a legacy company, VivamK, which started up in 2018. So, and a lot of people wanted to carry on and said, come on, let's get this started. The warehouse is here, the products are here, they always work. So a lot of people were in, and he honestly gave it a go, and it's working well. He's very pleased and very happy, and it's working very well. So what we want to achieve really over the time is, like in Clean Easy, to be a house product, you know, to be a national product, to be a household name, which we used to have, because in Clean Easy we were about 800,000, and in VivamK we slowly growing, we're around 2,000. So this is still in its initial stages, and of course you you can't do something what another company did in 100 years, you know, achieving 800,000 distributors is not going to be done in 10 years or so. It takes much longer. Also, they're very successful already, and the terms are very good, very fair, very ethic. So there is no problem with that, but everything takes time. Every business will take time. And I think the economical situation is much more difficult now than it was 20, 30 years ago. Because there were more people working in different things and were more open to do a business and work full-time and do this and that. It was more a trend than it is now, where people are quite exhausted with full-time job. So they managed a lot better than we do now, really. It's more complicated, it's more tiring, it's more repetitive what we do. So a lot of people find they're exhausted to do anything else, really, which is a real shame, you know, and I think this has to change. I think the working environment has to really change, like it is in ours, where it's very free, we choose, we decide, we have always support every day, so we can very much choose how we want to operate, how much we want to operate. We don't have that constraint of sales, that we need to do this and this and this, like in the past, that you really were working for volume and volume. So it's really very free. Some people want to achieve volumes, others are busy with this and that. It's very free, really. So there is no dictation here. It is really a people's business. Now, with the orders on TikTok, what you do is you order on TikTok, well, actually, with Greatproductsvivamknetwork, your orders go to VivamK. So, and then they will be processed, will be dispatched on the same day, which we do once the order arrives, and the same day dispatched. And we have sort of 2 to 3 delivery days. It really depends on the courier, how they operate, how many parcels they have, and can they manage something in the evening or so. So very often it is after 2 to 3 days, unless it's a weekend order. That will be not the case. That will be more 3 to 4 days, because the headquarters, the warehouse, isn't working on Saturday and Sunday. So it will be processed on Monday if you order on Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday, and most likely goes out evening Monday or Tuesday morning. It will arrive Wednesday, or if there's a problem, Thursday, but most really go off on Wednesday. So it's doing well. We're with Royal Mail at the moment. Royal Mail is doing very well. I see a lot of processing with the Royal Mail, not so much with AFP. So we try to really stick with the best ones. Fast, reliable, you get the tracking code in time. So there's many things, really, where we decide who is actually better. And this is the one who's getting the orders, of course. Now, what do we do, really? How much orders do we have? Because people might be interested in VivamK. How do they operate? And I got some figures, and we process about 150 orders a day. Now, what happens to many people, partners in VivamK, they work directly in retail. Now what they do is they accumulate orders, and then they push an order through. So that could be anything up to 80 products in one order, even more. So they collect orders, so it could be several, 20, 30, 40 orders they collect and push one through, and that will be one order in VivamK. So they don't deal with 150 like you order, they deal with thousands really a day. So the average delivery time is really 2 days, we say. So it could be 3, but it is 2 days. As I said, we're really working on timing. What we also want is to reduce packaging. So we need a courier who is really good with the products, with the packaging, because we do not tend to package it 2 or 3 times, you know, to make it safe for everything and anything. We really want the courier who's really careful with the parcels. And of course, the money, because it's still on 395, it hasn't actually gone up. So, and if you have an urgent order, all you do is you message that it is urgent and you get next day delivery, and you don't have to pay for it. You pay always a standard rate with me, with Greatproductsvivamknetwork. So it's a standard rate. It doesn't matter how fast it has to be. Just message it's urgent. It does happen on the rare occasion, but most people are really happy with the standard rate. So I don't want to put the price up for £8 or something, which only costs £5 or even less some products. What is the point of a delivery charge like that? So I just pay for that one, and that's it. It doesn't make sense. And I hope we can keep that one. So far we could keep it, the standard rate, and it doesn't matter how many products you order, it will be always the same. And that's really, be careful about this, not to go up to £5 or £6. So you see, I think it's about 100, 200 products on the TikTok shop. Now, actually what we have is, we have up to 3,000 SKUs, so that means up to 3,000 products, which we're selling daily. I choose really products which sell, which have a good price, which are popular. I also always add products. Occasionally I take one off, simply because we no longer sell it, no other reason. Some just don't come back, or others are replaced with a product which ticks even more boxes. So it can happen that one product goes, and but in general more products come on rather than going. So I wouldn't be surprised if the TikTok shop goes up to 300 products or something, which is for many people a puzzle, because what do people sell? They sell 2-3 products, but this is not the case with us. We believe in customer choice, in consumer choice. We believe sales rolls when the consumer and the customer has more choices. We participate in more markets, you know, so we touch more markets. Rather than make sure this product is selling to this person, which many have to do, they have to really stick to people and get these people on so they buy it, because they have 2-3 products and it's only those who buy it. So that doesn't work with us. That's why you see many posts very different, totally different areas in the posts, because we do prime care, so we actually look a lot after the elderly. My private clients are all in their 70s, 80s, just a few under 40s. So we actually look very much after the elderly, which we always did with health and beauty. There was always health. So we do prime care, so we really support these people a lot. A, they want to pay cash. B, they have no computer, they do not want computers. Some don't even want to use the phone, so really you don't get a phone number, you just have to pass by and deliver when they're there. It's just, they're very careful. Some people are extremely careful, and then a lot of shops and businesses are not aware of that, because they only accept cards. They're honestly not aware how many people they lose. And with the data and information and things, people are very careful, because they do not trust in the first place. They don't trust something fishy, they don't trust in the first place. So to get that trust takes time. It could be from cash to card, it could be telephone number, it could be email address. It's not something where you just come and put your email in and do that like it is with many shops. You know, you register for an account, you put your email address in and this and that. There are a lot of people who do not like that. I try to convince them to register so they get their commission, or really their discount every time. But I do not want that, because they disclose information. That's the only reason. Everybody wants a discount on every product, but they do not want to disclose information. That's the only reason. So a lot of people wouldn't do that, like going on TikTok or so. So it's really special that you have the trust. I think that's very important for those on TikTok, that you have the trust. I think that's very important, and most sellers really should make sure that this is fulfilled, you know, because people give their information out, and so that has to be honestly locked up and no access to anyone, which is with us in the database. There's the address, there's no email address. I wouldn't take the email address, but there's a telephone number. But it's locked. It doesn't go anywhere. It's a completely locked backup system. It has got no access. Even the shop doesn't do e-commerce really. It doesn't do conversion rates and things like that. It is locked. Is one reason. One reason is the data. And because we used to work with banking data in the past in clean easing, so that was a complete lockup. You know, we had every detail from the bank card. And we had to really make sure it doesn't go anywhere, it's not lost, it doesn't go in the bin. You know, you have to shred it in thousands of pieces. You know, so we very careful with that. So this is why the shop is there to order, but there's nothing else really you can do with it very much. You can't interlink it or anywhere. It's just to go on. It goes in the backup system you order. All is safe what you put in, and it doesn't do anything at all. It just sits there, you know. So as long as the order goes, and I think then it's deleted because it's far too much data, which Michael wouldn't take. I think it is probably most likely deleted by the time the delivery is done. So that's one where we're very old-fashioned with that. Now the other thing is new products. You know, I was discussing the new products really annually, and on average we take about 1,000 products on, but we keep almost 2,500, you know, on the system. So also there, I think we will be increasing products. Also, the headquarters will have to deal with more. Of course, it's a matter of warehouse restraints and things. It is a question, really, you know, to consider them when the time comes. When there are more partners, you need maybe a bigger warehouse and so on, so more products come. But at the moment we try as many products as possible in the same one. And that will give people more choices in future, more choices about vegan products, eco-friendly products, biodegradable products, of course, which, which is definitely the trend really in the future, is away from chemicals and being very natural. I think even fragrances and perfumes, we have already changed. I mean, I went to have some fries in London and I passed through and I had so many fragrances and they were so strong. I couldn't really, excuse me, I couldn't really make out any. And our perfumes, our eau de perfume are milder, so they're not so strong. They are there and they give you like sandalwood or jasmine. They're not fragrances which stick up for miles. Their fragrance is very personal, really just for you, not for someone else's. Oh, what is this? Smells it all over the face. Ours don't do that. So because we stick to natural aromas and they're not, the fragrances are not so strong, of course. So I think this will be also the trend in eau de parfum, you know, that actually they turn back to artificial aromas and go to natural. So I think this is also a future which we will grow. I think perfumes. We have also perfumes for dogs. Of course, they have to be completely natural and tested. So we have almost 4 or 5 perfumes really for dogs, and it's really for the very large hairy dogs which come back in after a day or so, after a couple of hours, that you get this scent of the dog, and just give them a spray and all is absolutely perfect, and they actually like it. It's really strange, but they do like it. So there are many different products you don't come around really, which are coming in over the year. So as I said, it's about 1,000 products really which are coming in new, and I try to really promote them, of course, on TikTok what I can, but I do believe that the products people order are the products which have to go on the shop. So I do not want to say, oh, I like this product, I put this on the shop, because it is all work. If you have 100, 200 products, it's a lot of work, because you have to check the inventory, you have to make sure the prices are correct, and of course the marketing and everything. So one thing is to put products up which people buy, which people want, which people need, of course. And that's something to develop. That doesn't come straight away from Facebook or somewhere else. It is something to develop on TikTok, because TikTok likes beauty, TikTok likes new gadgets, but TikTok can also sell, like eBay or others, products you daily use, you daily need, or you want to try out. It certainly can. So actually, considering TikTok is a platform to develop, it's not a platform which is developed, it's a platform to develop. So there's actually opportunities there for you to develop products to sell. It isn't that big, you know, isn't so many different products coming around like on Amazon or eBay. It's a platform you can develop for many different products. So it got opportunities, not just creator opportunities, collaborator opportunities. It got actually selling opportunities. So whichever way product you like, whichever product you think you should promote for someone, or it's worth thinking actually, do you want to sell these products on TikTok? Because if you go through what's promoted, it's trends what's promoted. It is not necessarily what everybody needs or does, or it's trends what are promoted. So actually there's a real niche to promote something which is off the trends but can become a trend. So there are opportunities on TikTok, and I do say to people, you know, why not? Why not participate? Why not earn on the products, or do this or that, and get a reduction, get a commission, you know, which TikTok does automatically allocate commissions on the products. So every product I have, there's a commission in, which is sort of a priority of TikTok. There are some people, if they order, they get this commission. There's nothing you can do about it. That's how TikTok works. So there are many opportunities, not just, as I say, there are also selling opportunities on TikTok, because actually it doesn't satisfy the market. It does satisfy gadgets, satisfy beauty, sometimes comes. It could do a lot more than what it does. Absolutely. So I think the most important part is for you with Greatproductsvivamknetwork is to check out regularly the products and the prices. Of course, everybody does. To be aware that if you order, you do get your products. Also, if there is an issue with a parcel, we come and check it out, and you know, can you actually use the product, or do you require a replacement? It is almost never the case. We're very good with the packaging, and of course the products are brands. So what we do not have is really returns, because they're brands. So everybody very much knows what I get. And should there be an issue or anything, then a return is quickly arranged, so there is no issue. You just stick the label on, and I arrange really the return, you know, so there will be someone coming to collect it and send it back. And of course, by the time if you need a replacement, it will be immediately dispatched, you know, so I don't wait for anything, I reorder immediately. But I do not have it, not on eBay, not here. I really do not have any returns, so, which we always had. We never had returns. Sometimes questions occasionally, you know, when it gets too complicated, but Viva's quite good. It's not as tricky as Clean Easy. We had products which worked in a very mystic way, you know, so sometimes customers were like, how does this work, you know? You had to do this or that, and then everything was going and doing totally complex things, but it's very simple, our products, what we have, so that really isn't much about to discuss with the customers, really. As always, they can ring back and ask, and I come round, you know, if there's an issue, but they all understand it. So the way it's sourced now is really simple. I think VivamK is aware that people don't get on with very complicated, tricky things. So the products are really simple to use and straightforward and do the job, and that's all they want, really. They don't give reviews, you know. So I don't get reviews on TikTok, really. It's just a health score you get. So the health score is no problem, but you don't actually get reviews or anything on TikTok. So, and this is very much with my private customers, with our retail customers. They don't go online and give reviews. They just would get very stroppy if they're not happy, you know. So they take the products, they pay, and that's it, you know. That they're so used that everything is fine and there's no issue and they know where to use it and what. So it's a bit sort of old-fashioned, you know. It's a bit old-fashioned. It's not like Google or anything works with reviews. Customers don't want to have this hassle. They don't want to spend time in giving a review to things, and they don't buy there where they have to give reviews. And they wouldn't be happy if I would send emails out and ask them for a review. They would think I'm a bit weird, you know. I mean, what's the point? I mean, I buy this product and got to do this and this, and they're very sort of very straightforward about this, you know. If they have to give reviews, then they start wondering, really. So it works very differently with us. I think most partners really will face that, really, that there is an expectation there. There isn't a review there, or we make this better, and how can we improve that? This is not working really with our products. They really have to do the job. Customers are firm, you know. So it's very different than anywhere else. Yes, I do sell on platforms, not like many others, really, who work directly. They got all their local and directly customers. So also in VivamK there is a really big opportunity to work on platforms or on websites, different ways. Some do Facebook, some do work for a long time on Facebook. But I want to move with the times, really. So whatever comes, even if TikTok is sidelined, which I don't think it is doing well. But I do work on other social media, and I always have a good look, you know, how things are going, where the trend is. Some social media doesn't work with products at all. Others work with products, so that's a trend, you know, and there might be in the future more coming, actually. Others going, you know, disappearing, and others coming. Different trends, different ways operating, you know. Completely communication can change in 10 years. So I do look out, and I'm on most. I'm on YouTube, I'm on most, on X, like most people really do, because we're watching them. we're watching how things are going, you know. It's part of the strategy, really, to watch the social media, which way it's going. Does it work with these products? Does it not work with these products? You know, so it's I'm on several platforms. I also want to bring products into France in the near future. So I will be working more with the websites, with my websites, getting them ready, and because I think the products would do extremely well in France, the beauty products. They would be selling very well, so if anyone is interested in our products and is considering that, I think they have a chance there. So, but that will not affect TikTok, of course, you know, that will not affect TikTok. There will be a steady growth, there will be steady amount of products, so there will be continuous promotion and a good backup, really, a very good backup. It won't change the way the company is operating. We will be growing, of course. We partners, we all will be growing, I think. Takes time, but even if it gets difficult economically, you know, then we do not need really funding the way we operate. Partners, yes, partners can do with funding, but VivamK can manage without superior funding. So as soon as sales goes up, as soon as more products come in, so they're feeding each other rather than being reliable to the bankers. It is us, really, the partners, who make sure that the company can grow, you know, the products can grow, customers can grow, more customers can take part of it, more customers are interested. That's really what we do. We make sure that the money comes in so that VivamK can operate. Of course, we want to make sure that our customers don't have to go somewhere else, really, you know. That would be the worst, you know, that they would have to take a different product on, and that's the last thing you ever want, that your customers have to go somewhere else because you took the product off, you can't afford it or something. That's never the case. It will be replaced, or other products come in, but they never have to disappear, really. It's a shame if someone is selling a couple of products and goes away, and these customers who have been there, were interested, don't see that person anymore, or I don't approve, really, of those sellers. It doesn't matter where they are, who sell something they have and then go away, or come with something else and you can't get it from them. It isn't a business, really, I think. I think a business is there to always supply what you need every year in and out, and has got a future and a responsibility, really, to the customers. Definitely a responsibility. So that's very important for us. We are a company. We are individual sellers. We are partners. But we are partners, so we really are a company. We really work like the company, you know. We run a proper business. And many for a long time, like I was in the past with Clean Easy. So a lot of partners have been more than 20 years in the business. And they know the business in and out. And they're quite happy just to run along with their customers, really. Some recruit, some work teams and build teams. Some work more on sales, some do both, as it comes along. Some really want to build big teams, they're selling little and build teams. Everybody has got different ideas and inspirations and want to work in different capacities, really. So that's all available. It's available just to network and say, look, I've got family who want to order, and you can just register with the online shop. They can register with the online shop. You can just work like that, you know. You order and you register, and your friends and others who are interested, they can register. You can operate like this, so you actually don't need to work. but you have a business growing and you earn. So that's a possibility there with VivaMK. It's definitely there. It's one option for people with no savings but want to grow a business, very little time, and the others there really want to blast, you know, the income. They're saying 5-6 months I want to turn around so many products, I want to sell so much, I want to have so and so many partners. Yeah, they're going for that, they're going big time, they spend more time in the business then. There are a lot of options in there how to operate. It's all free really, so and there is backup for it, there's definitely backup for everything. So I think the most important for you on TikTok is really Greatproductsvivamknetwork, that you get your products, that you get your products in time, that they're unpacked and have a good shelf life, which we do like, shelf life. So, and of course you can come anytime and reorder. I think that's the most important bit, that you don't have to look up other people and find this and that you actually can order with one person again and again. And as I said, if the prices do go up a bit, it's because of VAT or other circumstances, then there is a discount, you know, and certain products just TikTok puts a discount on. So I'm surprised sometimes, oh, I've got a discount on there, you know. It does happen that on certain products TikTok puts a discount on, and then I have a discount running. So that is regular, you know, that comes out regular like everywhere, that you do get discounts and you can look out for them if you want to. But I realize that actually people buy after the discount is ended, quite a few orders. So some people are not worried about 50p or a pound or £1.50, or they want that product and go off really, because it isn't a product for 50-60 pounds where you get 10 pounds off. So actually it doesn't make so much difference on TikTok, if that's something interesting you. It isn't the case that people who follow buy all. It does happen that people who buy do follow, but it isn't the case that followers buy. So a lot of people are led wrongly, I think, like on Instagram, where they say influencers make the sales. It's actually not the case. It's actually, with me, it's people who aren't so much interested in posting, and they just want that product and they're happy with the price and they go for it. It's a business, isn't a seller, and other things really play a role rather than videos or following or how many followers. Not really. So something to consider if you ever sell is actually not true, you know, that you need to have 20,000 followers to sell something. It can happen, yeah, because you know 20,000 people, of course someone will sell, but it's not because they follow, it's just because they know you and the product. So it does actually work very different. There is a different set of mind between following something and buying something. They follow because of the videos or the information they get, the ideas. The following is very different. They are very often creators themselves who follow. So they want to check this out and they just follow, and then they know what's coming up, or they're notified. There are very different reasons for following. It's not necessarily buying or selling. So that is nothing really to rectify what's happening outside. Yeah, that's what are we getting with the time. We are sort of getting to the end. I have a quick look. People are here listening. I hope you really enjoyed that, and if you have any questions, then just come back to me, message me if you want to. If you're interested in a product, or if you need any help with the product, you can message me. I also help people out if they want something else and they can't find it, you know. I do that as well. I do a search. So, and give them a couple of options where to buy from and prices and things. So any questions with products, or you're not sure about something, or even ingredients, I can rectify everywhere, you know, so I can get that. Just message, you know, if there's anything about the product or about the business, or you're interested in the business itself, just message and I can give you all the information and set you up whatever it is. So hopefully that has helped and everybody enjoyed that. So I just want to thank you all. So if you have any questions, please message me. Have a wonderful evening. It's fantastic, yeah, that you joined today, because it's so busy on a Wednesday night. So it's great that you've been here, and just go through the shop. Have a look if you need anything. If you have pets, of course. You know, we're doing quite a lot of things. Some of the things are in the shop, so I can supply other things. If you do need these things, I can help you out with that. But they're different, our pets accessories, really. Their pet accessories don't necessarily get their pets at home. Then you have like lavender scented poop bags and things which you wouldn't get. Slowly, maybe coming over time, they follow us, but we have these certain things and perfumes and things, you know, which don't get really a pet shop. So it's really sort of something funky, you know, for the pets. What we have is sort of a funky thing, or really toys which work with pets, you know, not just something which you get anywhere. It's really toys which work with pets, you know. So same with this catnip, which is absolutely a nightmare, because I had three mice in here because of this catnip she got, and it wasn't even for her, it was for the customer. So we do have some funky products, you know. They do work, all of them, but just watch it when you get them. So it's great to see you, great to hear you, and I will give this now just a quick end here.